November 27th, 2024. 1 Samuel chapter 2, verses 24 through 25, okay? 24 and 25 says this: "No, my sons, it is no good to report that I hear the people of the Lord spreading abroad. If someone sins against a man, God will mediate for him. But if someone sins against the Lord, who can intercede for him? But they would not listen to the voice of their father, for it was the will of the Lord to put them to death." Okay, Eli's plea to his sons really does emphasize the serious nature of their actions, highlighting the distinction between sinning against fellow humans and sinning against God. And Eli points out that while interpersonal sins may have earthly mediators, sin against God is far more grave, and as it involves a direct violation of his holiness. You see, the theological perspective here underscores the depth of their rebellion. They were not merely acting immorally, but were also rejecting the authority and the sacredness of God himself. And Eli's words serve as a solemn reminder of the gravity of our relationship with God and the necessity of maintaining it with reverence. However, despite Eli's warnings, his sons refused to listen. Their hardened hearts reveal a tragic truth. Persistent sin can lead to a spiritual blindness. Did you get that? Persistent sin can lead to spiritual blindness. And this rejection of wise counsel not only seals their fate, but it also highlights a very key principle. You see, when we choose to disregard God's instructions and choose to disregard his guidance and refuse to acknowledge the guidance of those in authority, we set ourselves up on a path of destruction. You see, Eli's situation teaches us about the consequences of ignoring God's voice, and it encourages us to remain sensitive to his leading in our lives. Now, let's look at that phrase, "for it was the will of the Lord to put them to death." I get it. That serves as a sobering reminder that God's justice is ultimately unyielding. Now, this does not imply that God delights in punishment. No. Rather, it demonstrates his holiness and his seriousness with which he addresses sin. And while grace abounds, we must also recognize that there are consequences for our choices and actions, particularly when we willfully turn away from God. Now, it challenges us, I think, to reflect on our own lives, right? Are there areas where we might be resisting God's voice or ignoring the warnings of those who care for us? So today, take some time to examine your heart for areas of disobedience and even rebellion against God. Are there aspects of your life where you've been resisting, his voice and resisting the counsel of others? Pray for a humble spirit that is willing to listen and to respond to God's guidance. And additionally, consider the influence of your actions on others. Are there ways that you can be a source of encouragement and accountability within your community? And strive to cultivate a heart that is open to God's correction, recognizing the importance of walking in alignment with his will. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to subscribe and to share this video with anyone else that you feel like might be encouraged by it today. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.